Okay. I'm going to go ahead and move on to my portion. So I am doing the reading and recap for a couple of articles that I read that were super interesting. The first one was called Managing Visibility on YouTube Through Algorithmic Gossip. So, growing up, I watched YouTube videos religiously. I would wait weekly for them to come out with their videos. For instance, one of my favorites was Michelle Phan, which was a makeup artist who literally taught me how to do all the makeup that I do to myself today. But this article talked about the complex world of algorithms on platforms like YouTube, focusing on how they manage content and cater to audience preferences. It discussed two main approaches to studying algorithmic knowledge production, like the technical investigations and the examinations of everyday interactions. Um, so the main concept of algorithmic gossip is introduced, and it highlights just kind of the knowledge exchange about algorithms and the visibility. It discusses how content creators, particularly beauty vloggers, rely on informal knowledge exchange or the algorithmic gossip to understand and navigate the algorithms social media platforms like YouTube. So this informal knowledge sharing is crucial for their success because their income depends on the visibility on these platforms. Despite being positioned outside of technical expertise, beauty vloggers understanding this process is enhanced through gossip, which is seen as a valuable resource for marginalized groups. So this was interesting to me because gossip is usually something that has a negative connotation around it, but in these worlds like the beauty industry and even on other platforms outside of YouTube, gossip is just such a main source of entertainment. So I don't know about everybody else individually, but a lot of my content that is being brought to me on my algorithm is focused on around a lot of gossip. Like again, back to Kate Middleton, that's one of the big things right now as well. But going live I think is an interesting connection to this because it brings me with a question of just wondering what other people would find interesting if per se they were scrolling as we do and we find the different lives. If we were to come across a live stream of maybe a content creator, which I could very much see nowadays happening, I haven't seen it personally on my end, but just someone maybe talking about different things that are happening right now on social media or just different gossip that's going on. And so I guess my first question to everybody is what would you find interesting pertaining to this algorithmic gossip, content wise?
Oh, such a good question. Alicia, Diego, Evie, anyone want to jump in there?
I'm struggling with trying to figure out how to get good gossip in there. I guess when it comes to YouTube, I feel like the era of true gossip is kind of over in a way. Maybe it's just because I've been on the platform for such a long time since I think 2009, 2010. Um, I mean, I don't think anything gossiping wise will ever beat. And if anyone remembers, it was the Jeffree Star drama, the beauty guru drama that happened. It was with it was like Jeffree Star, Shane Dawson, that whole thing. I don't think anything will ever beat that time period of gossip. It was just you had to be there. If you had to be there. Like it was one of those that kind of meme of you had to be there to understand it. Kind of in that instance. So I feel like I mean, honestly, something to, I guess, promote gossip would to be not to restrict your platform to or like create rules and guidelines that prevent healthy discussion, or banning content from creators that is openly talking about important situations instead of bringing up children's toy channels and that sort of stuff. I feel like that would be a great way to increase gossip talk. And granted, there are still drama channels around. I think a resurgence of what we saw with true gossip was when the Colleen Ballinger drama happened, and all of the drama channels and all of the gossip that came along with that. And speaking from personal experience, I used to be a fan, and back in, I think it was middle school, I had taken my ex best friend to go see her, and I actually met her and her ex husband Josh.
Oh
Crazy
my gosh.
story. Colleen was like what Josh described. I walked up there and she was like, "Thanks for coming." And Josh is like, "Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it." She was kind of standoffish, a little cold. So like kind of saw it coming. But like for like 13, 14-year-old me wasn't gonna be like, "Oh, well, she's being mean or she's being fake." But definitely I feel that like not restricting your platform to not restricting your platform by like restricting accounts that are allowing healthy conversation and gossip, and instead and promoting other channels that are can kind of break guidelines in that sense. But like I said, kids toy channels, I feel that we could like definitely YouTube can see an increase in gossip and usage and that sort of stuff.